What's going on YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in today's video, we'll be talking about Challenge of the Super Sons issue number 12. There's only 2 more issues done after this one, and then the Challenge of the Super Sons series will at last be complete. I've been having a good time covering these issues on the channel. I am a big fan of the Super Sons. I am upset that this isn't in the present, but you know what? At least I'm getting the Super Sons in their most pure form. Yeah, I'd like it to be in the present so we can have some more suspense in these stories, because with them set in the past, it kind of takes away from oh, what can they really do? It can alter things. But it is a fun little series. Again, this is written by Peter J. Tomasi, who doesn't seem to be on any other DC books at this moment, which is kind of worrying me, because I don't want DC to get rid of this guy. I think he's their best writer. Everything this man touches is pretty much gold for the most part. Not everything works, but for the most part, he's one of their best writers. So hopefully he'll be on some more titles, but nothing's been announced right now, and that's kind of concerning me. Yeah, he's got 14 issues of Super Sons on digital, on the go right here, but what about everything else? So that's got me a little bit concerned. So we're just going to hopefully wait and see what happens next. I hope we get some more content soon. But anyway, so this is chapter 12, as they call it, Full Circle, written by Peter J. Tomasi, art by Evan Stanley, who's done the last couple of issues, colors by Luis Guerrero, letters by Rob Lay, cover artist Stanley and Guerrero, Dave Wielgos, associate editor Paul Kaminsky. So again, this picks up where the last one left off. We see Rora casting some sort of spells. So she's the one who actually creates the Doom Scrolls, because Felix Faust has looked into the Super Sons' memories, and he's planted these traps kind of in the future with his magic. But Rora is able to kind of tap into his spell a bit and create the Doom Scroll, which warns the Super Sons and kind of gives them clues hey, this Justice League member is being targeted currently. So when the spells are activated, these traps that Faust is using to eliminate his enemies in the future, the Super Sons can therefore save them, but they can't let them know, because that could alter the time. So the spells have to be implemented, at least start to be implemented, before the Super Sons can intervene. So that's the first set right there. Faust is there. He's got the Super Sons chained up. There's a little bit of humor between Damian and John. Vandal Savage is there, just being an asshole the whole time too. Rora comes in there, and she ends up saving them by casting spells on those little trolls that they had and disguising them as Justice League members, allowing for a distraction to kind of take place. She's able to send them back home, gives them the Doom Scroll, but unfortunately she can't go with them. She's not fearful this time around. The Super Sons gave her hope. All that other good stuff. John's being there. Damian's there. He's got some humor in there. Again, the more you read the issues, the more I kind of notice little bits of humor. For instance, she still calls him Superman, which annoys Damian because he's Superboy. Superman, I need you and your assistant to prepare yourselves. And Damian's just annoyed. Assistant, he's just got to be a little bit of an asshole through. But that's kind of what I love about him. But it provides great comedy. So Damian is very funny when Tomasi writes him. So Savage and Faust take care of the Troll Justice League, and they realize, oh shit, this is Rora. So they try and rush back to Damian and John. John's trying to get Rora to go with them. They need to, we got to protect you. And Damian's we also got to protect the Justice League. Rora's it's okay. You guys can go in there. You've already given me all the help and hope I could ever imagine. Your friends will need you more. And if I'm right about what will happen in my battle against Faust, then I will see you again very soon. Then she pecks him on the cheek, and Damian's just annoyed. Look at that face right there. Again, it's some great comedic expressions. Faust and them go through. Rora sends the Super Sons home. Faust is just you just sealed your own fate, slave. Savage is I'm going to rip your arms off. And then she's on the contrary, I have just rewritten all of our destinies. So that concludes that issue, which leads directly back into issue 2, I believe, when we first saw the Super Sons. So that, in a nutshell, is what happens in Challenge of the Super Sons number 12. Pretty solid issue. There's some nice looking artwork. I don't think it's as solid as the Max Rainer style. It definitely feels, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of some of those Cartoon Network shows with that, I guess, that animation style. I don't know what I'm trying to think of here, but it feels more cartoony, if that makes sense, which is kind of their facial expressions and everything there. It definitely feels different from the other issues there, but it definitely feels more kiddie, if that makes sense. I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of something along the lines of that. Not to say that it's bad. I just prefer the Max Rainer art style. So again, I usually don't have too many criticisms when it comes to art in these books. Again, it's nice. It fits the theme of the storyline. It's definitely the style fits for sure. I just personally prefer the Max Raynor art style, but this is still fine. This still works for the story that they're trying to tell. It, like I said, it's more of a kid-friendly book, so it definitely fits that theme. There's a lot of warmth to it. It just feels something that, you know, you could read to your kids, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so there's a few funny bits of the Super Sons. This one's more kind of plot focused in terms of like I said, it's called Full Circle, so we finally get an explanation to where the Doom Scroll came to be. Things are all starting to tie together. Like, the series is gaining momentum before we hit the initial conclusion to this. Man, I'm going to be really sad once the Super Sons are done, because I liked reading every single Monday a new issue of the Super Sons. Again, they're pretty quick reads. It's only $1. I know it's coming out in physical print this month. I don't know if it already has or not. At least I don't think so. I can't remember. But that has me excited. So, again, I've enjoyed every issue for the most part of Challenge of the Super Sons. I think it's a pretty solid series. It makes me really miss the Super Sons, and makes me wish that this was in the present, so then we could perhaps have a character like Rora join up with the Super Sons. And, you know, again, this is a new character who's kind of got more interesting as the series went about, and she could kind of like add new elements to like this team. The Super Sons, as of right now, don't really have a pure trinity. I know they've had Maya work there, they've had Rora kind of team up. In DC, Tom Taylor had the smart idea of creating a little trinity by adding Cassie Sandsmark. But like, she, in, you know, the current DC comic stuff, she's well, she's definitely more of Tim's age, but in the DC's universe, she's a little bit younger, so she fits with the Super Sons. But they don't quite have that third member just yet. Yeah, some people say Maya, but then what about like Beacon, who is friends with John? But the Super Sons don't quite have that third member. I thought Maya could be a good choice, but it's clear that Maya is just not going to be utilized outside of when Patrick Gleason's there. I guess she might appear in the Robin solo book, but man, the Super Sons need like an Amazon or a Speedster or something to complete their little trinity. They need like they need like their Wonder Woman equivalent. So hopefully one day we'll get to see that. I mean, it worked in Deceased, but, you know, since Cassie's more of Tim's friend, it's likely that we'll never see that, although it would be kind of cool to see. But yeah, so again, I'm kind of getting off track here, but this was another solid issue. It gave us some background on the Doom Scroll. It set things up for the conclusion, leaves you kind of excited to see what happens next, to see how this whole thing's going to wrap up. With only 2 issues left to go, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to conclude the series. It's going to leave me a little bit upset, though, because, well, I love the Super Sons. I don't know what's going to happen next with these characters. Tomasi, as of right now, doesn't seem to be on any other books at DC. Again, what are we up to, the June solicitations now? And he's still not announced for anything yet. And that has me a little bit worried. Hopefully they'll announce some new solicitations this week, because it's getting to the middle of the month. But, man, I really want to know what he's going to be writing. He can't just be writing Challenge of the Super Sons, right? Right? Or is he going to be doing something else? I have a theory it could be Aquaman, because that's like the only major title book that doesn't seem to have a writer. It could be another Batman book, but again, we've already had like 50 of them. So I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. But anyways, I'm getting off topic a bit. What did you think of Challenge of the Super Sons number 12? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like this video, share with your friends. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content. I got some more stuff coming out this week. I got some more comic book reviews coming out tomorrow. I got to see what's coming out, but I will definitely get some reviews out then. And this Wednesday, there's a special video. Hopefully it'll be out between myself and Kaiji Network. There's going to be a 2-part thing. Part 1 will be on his channel, and Part 2 will be on mine. But it's going to be a pretty grand video. We definitely talked a lot about it, and it's going to be fun. So let me know what you thought of this in the comment section down below. And yeah, take care now. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.